Being at the absolute pinnacle of the global music industry isn't just about sold-out stadiums, record-breaking streams, or millions of albums sold. It's about surviving a level of pressure that would break almost anyone else. Since their debut in 2013, BTS hasn't just navigated the fierce current of the K-pop industry, they completely rewrote the rules on a global scale. From historic UN speeches and White House visits to the intense scrutiny of their Chapter 2 era and military enlistment phases, the weight of the world has constantly rested on their shoulders. But how does each individual member handle that unimaginable, blinding spotlight? Today, we are looking deep into the psychology and journey of the septet, ranking the BTS members on how they process, navigate, and conquer industry pressure. We're breaking down their emotional resilience, their public grace, their quiet strength, and exactly how they channel immense stress into groundbreaking, vulnerable art. Every single member of this group is a powerhouse of mental fortitude, but our number one pick might completely surprise you. Let's get into it. But before we begin our countdown, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a deep dive into our vibrant Borahae universe. Keep watching, you won't believe who lands at the top spot. Number 7, Jimin. The emotional storyteller who turns perfectionism into pure stage magic. Coming in at number 7, we have BTS's resident emotional compass and contemporary virtuoso, Park Jimin. To understand how Jimin navigates industry pressure, you have to understand the sheer depth of his artistic perfectionism. Jimin has always been remarkably candid about the mental hurdles that come with global stardom, often admitting that his harshest critic has never been the media, the industry, or even the harshest skeptics. It has always been himself. What makes his approach to pressure so deeply fascinating is that he doesn't try to hide his vulnerability. Instead, he embraces it openly, transmuting self-doubt and emotional intensity into some of the most captivating performances the music world has ever witnessed. When you look at his global impact, the numbers speak for themselves. His debut solo album, Face, made historic waves worldwide, with its lead single, Like Crazy, famously debuting at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, making him the very first South Korean solo artist to reach the summit of the chart. That is a staggering milestone that even non-fans and industry executives look at with absolute reverence. As an ambassador for luxury powerhouses like Dior and Tiffany & Co., Jimin carries enormous commercial and cultural weight. But behind that effortless elegance on red carpets and fashion weeks is an artist who spends grueling hours in the practice room, obsessing over the precise angle of a spin, the breath control on a high note, or the subtle emotional delivery of a lyric. Did you know that during his pre-debut days at the prestigious Busan High School of Arts, Jimin entered as the top student in the modern dance department after training in the discipline for a remarkably short period? That relentless discipline never faded. During the intense Wings era in 2016, when BTS was breaking into unprecedented global territory, Jimin faced immense pressure while executing his iconic solo track, Lie. The song's dramatic, theatrical choreography and raw vocal demand pushed him to his limits, yet he turned that internal battle into a masterpiece that is still studied by rookie idols across the industry today. Another iconic milestone arrived during the 2018 Melon Music Awards, where his traditional fan dance during Idol literally trended number 1 worldwide in real time, mesmerizing millions and earning him Cultural Appreciation Awards for elevating Korean heritage on a massive stage. What makes Jimin truly irreplaceable within the BTS ecosystem is his role as the empathetic glue of the team. Whenever the pressure reaches a boiling point during grueling stadium world tours, Jimin is consistently the member who notices when another brother is struggling, quietly offering a warm embrace or a comforting word. His vulnerability became a superpower because it taught millions of people that experiencing pressure and self-doubt does not mean you are weak. It means you care deeply about your craft. During BTS's record-breaking stadium runs, like the Love Yourself, Speak Yourself tour at Wembley Stadium, ARMY created the unforgettable surprise moment where thousands of fans sang Young Forever in unison, moving Jimin to tears and showing him that he never has to carry the weight of perfection alone. From the shy, fiercely self-critical teenager who debuted with BTS in 2013 to the poised, globally decorated solo artist dominating international charts, Jimin's journey is one of profound emotional growth. He has learned to turn the unbearable heat of the industry into a warm, healing light that resonates across continents. But as we move up the list, the ways our members tackle the weight of fame only get more intriguing. Coming up next is a member whose distinct artistic approach to fame lets him glide through the storm with effortless cool. Number 6. V. The artistic soul who redefines fame with calm individuality and quiet grace. Coming in at number 6 is BTS's soulful baritone and boundless creative visionary, Kim Tae-young. When the overwhelming storm of global media attention hits, V possesses a truly rare defense mechanism, an unflappable, calm individuality that refuses to be molded by conventional industry expectations. While the relentless pace of pop stardom forces many artists to constantly put up a calculated public persona, Tae-young operates on his own unique frequency. He handles high-stakes pressure not by resisting it with brute force, but by grounding himself in jazz, classic film, photography, and an artistic authenticity that shields his inner peace. His magnetic global presence is practically unrivaled across the worldwide entertainment landscape. Tae-young has established himself as one of the fashion world's most influential muses, headlining major international campaigns as a global ambassador for luxury powerhouses like Celine and Cartier. His deep, velvety vocal tone brings a rich, smoky texture to BTS's discography that sets their sound entirely apart from standard pop arrangements. With his critically acclaimed debut solo album Layover, he deliberately stepped away from typical high-energy chart formulas to deliver an introspective vintage R&B and jazz masterpiece that enchanted music critics globally. And who could ever forget his legendary, show-stopping cameo at the 64th Grammy Awards alongside Olivia Rodrigo, a moment of spontaneous charisma that instantly set the entire global internet on fire within seconds. Did you know that when Tae-young opened his public Instagram account in late 2021, he officially shattered 2 Guinness World Records by becoming the fastest person in platform history to reach both 1 million and 10 million followers? That is a mind-boggling demonstration of organic global influence that left international media analysts completely stunned. But his impact goes much deeper than viral social metrics. Back at the 3rd Muster fan meeting in November 2016, Tae-young spontaneously coined the phrase "borahae," or "I purple you," explaining that purple is the last color of the rainbow, symbolizing trusting and loving each other for a long time. That single, unscripted moment of genuine affection between him and ARMY transformed into a worldwide cultural phenomenon, adopted by global landmarks, global brands, and UNICEF itself as a universal symbol of love and solidarity. What makes Tae-young truly irreplaceable to BTS's dynamic is his grounding aura and his ability to see beauty in the quietest, most understated moments. During the intense, high-pressure era of the Love Yourself World Tour, when BTS was flying across time zones and performing in back-to-back sold-out stadiums, Tae-young showcased his masterpiece solo track, Singularity. Even when battling physical exhaustion and vocal strain behind the scenes, he would step onto the stage with an enigmatic mask and deliver a breathtaking, theatrical performance that completely commanded the attention of 50,000 fans. When the pressure mounts, Tae-young leans directly into the warmth of ARMY, frequently hopping onto Weavers late at night just to chat about everyday life, play online video games with fans, or share soothing jazz recommendations, turning the daunting pedestal of fame into a shared, intimate friendship. Looking back at the shy, hidden member who wasn't even revealed in pre-debut teaser photos until the very last moment in 2013, Taehyung's transformation into a self-assured, boundary-pushing cultural icon is nothing short of inspiring. By preserving his unique creative identity and refusing to compromise his gentle eccentricities, he proves that you do not have to conform to survive industry pressure. You just have to stay true to who you are. But climbing higher on our list brings us to a powerhouse whose sheer drive, boundless curiosity, and unmatched versatility allow him to tackle any obstacle head-on. Number 5. Jungkook. The golden maknae who absorbs pressure and transforms it into absolute mastery. Coming in at number 5 is the relentless powerhouse and undisputed ace of BTS, Jungkook. When analyzing how the golden maknae deals with industry pressure, we have to look at the sheer weight of expectations placed upon him from an incredibly young age. Debuting at just 15 years old, Jungkook essentially grew up in the blinding glare of the global spotlight, tasked with carrying the vocal and choreographic center for a group that was destined to change the world. For many young artists, that level of crushing responsibility would be paralyzing. But for Jungkook, pressure acts as the ultimate catalyst. He handles the unimaginable stress of global fame by throwing himself entirely into physical and artistic mastery, absorbing the intense expectations of the industry and transforming them into absolute, undeniable excellence. His trajectory as a global pop phenomenon is simply staggering. When he launched his solo era, he didn't just test the waters, he completely dominated the global music landscape. His smash hit single 7 debuted straight at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, an astronomical achievement that firmly cemented his status as a standalone global pop giant. He simultaneously shattered records on Spotify, proving that his commercial power is rivaled by very few artists on the planet. But his impact stretches far beyond the charts. As a global ambassador for Calvin Klein, he single-handedly crashed their website and caused merchandise to sell out worldwide in a matter of minutes, showcasing a brand value that global marketing executives view as an absolute goldmine. Did you know that Jungkook made history as the very first South Korean artist to release an official song for the FIFA World Cup soundtrack and perform it at the opening ceremony? His electrifying live performance of Dreamers at the 2022 Qatar World Cup was broadcast to billions of viewers around the globe. Stepping onto a stadium stage in front of the entire world without his 6 older brothers by his side was an unimaginably high-pressure moment, yet he delivered a flawless, stadium-shaking performance that non-fans and sports enthusiasts alike praised for its sheer star power and vocal stability. Another incredible milestone is his unparalleled versatility. Whether he is boxing, directing music videos, painting, or hitting flawless high notes while suspended in the air during the Love Yourself Stadium tour, Jungkook's response to pressure is to simply become good at everything he touches. What makes Jungkook truly irreplaceable to BTS is his profound, enduring empathy and his fierce loyalty to his group and his fans. Despite his intimidating physical strength and global superstar status, he remains the deeply sensitive younger brother who openly admits that his only real hardship is seeing his older members struggle. During the deeply emotional Wings tour, he released his solo track Begin, a beautiful tribute to the 6 members who raised him. It was a raw, vulnerable moment where he laid his heart bare to ARMY, proving that his emotional resilience is just as powerful as his athletic prowess. He handles the isolating nature of fame by constantly reaching out to the fans who built him up. Who else would spontaneously hop onto Weverse Live for hours at a time in the middle of the night, singing karaoke, folding laundry, or falling asleep in front of millions of viewers? In those intimate, unscripted moments, he strips away the intimidating armor of a global superstar and shows ARMY that their bond is his ultimate safe haven. Watching Jungkook evolve from the shy, wide-eyed teenager who was almost too nervous to sing in front of industry executives into a confident, record-breaking global pop titan is one of the most rewarding journeys in the music industry. He proves time and again that true resilience isn't about avoiding the heavy expectations. It is about carrying them with a humble smile and a relentless drive to be the very best. But as we move closer to the top of our list, we find a member who uses profound emotional intelligence and fierce loyalty to shield the group from the storm. Number 4, J-Hope, the disciplined dance captain who transforms chaos into unshakable precision and hope. Coming in at number 4 is BTS's dance commander and boundless beacon of energy, Jungkook. When the pressure in the global entertainment sphere reaches unprecedented levels, J-Hope acts as the indispensable rhythmic anchor of the entire group. In the high-stakes world of international stadium tours, intense award show rehearsals, and non-stop media demands, it is remarkably easy for a team to lose its footing. J-Hope handles that crushing atmospheric pressure through sheer, unyielding discipline, exceptional structural leadership, and an infectious optimism that instantly elevates everyone around him. While the world knows him as the bright, smiling sunshine of BTS, behind the scenes he is an exacting perfectionist whose laser focus keeps the group's legendary performance standards razor sharp. His solo achievements and cultural impact are a masterclass in fearless artistic independence. When BTS initiated their Chapter 2 era, J-Hope stepped forward to set the pace with his groundbreaking solo album, Jack in the Box. He completely discarded safe, predictable pop formulas to deliver a gritty, old-school hip-hop project loaded with mature introspection, rock-infused energy, and razor-sharp lyricism. His explosive stage presence also made him an elite fashion favorite, leading to his appointment as a global house ambassador for luxury titan Louis Vuitton. Whether he is directing complex multi-dancer stage transitions or dominating high-fashion runways in Paris, Hoseok exudes a magnetic authority that makes handling high-pressure environments look completely second nature. Did you know that in July 2022, J-Hope made monumental global history by becoming the very first South Korean artist to ever headline a major United States music festival when he took the main stage at Lollapalooza in Chicago? The massive, record-breaking crowd of over 100,000 festival goers, fondly dubbed Hopapalooza, was practically overflowing with purple light sticks. Non-fans and music critics alike were utterly stunned as he commanded the massive festival stage solo for over an hour with unmatched stamina, crystal-clear live vocals, and show-stopping theatrical choreography. Another jaw-dropping milestone is his legendary status as the group's dance general. It is well documented among industry peers and choreographers that J-Hope can memorize intricate multi-minute choreography in a fraction of the time of standard performers, all while spotting alignment errors across 7 people down to the millimeter. Even during his mandatory military service, his relentless work ethic and leadership shone bright as he served with exceptional distinction as an assistant drill instructor, earning top accolades. What makes J-Hope completely irreplaceable to the heart of BTS is his role as the hidden spine of the group's morale and technical brilliance. RM has frequently noted that while he is the official leader who speaks for the team in public, J-Hope is the internal foundation who keeps everyone aligned, focused, and emotionally grounded when exhaustion sets in. A defining public moment came during the grueling preparation for their legendary 2018 Melon Awards Idol performance. Under immense national pressure to deliver an unforgettable cultural spectacle, J-Hope led hours of grueling rehearsals, combining traditional samgomu with explosive modern hip-hop to create one of the most celebrated live performances in modern Korean pop history. Whenever the stress mounts, J-Hope leans into his unbreakable connection with ARMY, recognizing that the sea of purple lights in packed stadiums is not an intimidating wall of judgment, but a collaborative source of pure, reciprocal energy that fuels his boundless stamina. reflecting on his journey from an underground street dancer with the Neuron crew in Guangzhou to an internationally revered festival headliner and creative visionary. J-Hope's growth is nothing short of extraordinary. He has mastered the art of absorbing the chaotic noise of global stardom and channeling it into structured, breathtaking artistry that inspires millions. But as we step into our top three, the pressure shifts into deep philosophical, strategic, and emotional territory. Coming up next is an introspective mastermind who looks the darkest shadows of the industry directly in the eye and turns them into raw, healing anthems. Number 3. Suga, the introspective genius who forges armor from vulnerability and raw truth. Coming in at number 3 is BTS's profoundly brilliant lead rapper, prolific producer, and grounded realist, Min Yoongi, also known to the world as Suga and August D. When the crushing weight of industry pressure threatens to suffocate the artist within it, Suga does not just survive the storm, he meticulously dismantles it, studying its anatomy, and then writes a stadium-shaking anthem about it. In a fiercely competitive environment where idols are often expected to project an image of flawless, unbroken perfection, Yoongi's method of handling pressure is radically different and remarkably brave. He confronts his anxieties, his shadows, and the overwhelming expectations of global fame with unapologetic, razor-sharp honesty, transforming his most vulnerable moments into a protective armor, not just for himself, but for his members and millions of fans worldwide. His impact as a solo titan and global hip-hop heavyweight is etched permanently into music history. When he unleashed his final installment of the August D trilogy, D-Day, he shattered ceilings by debuting at number 2 on the U.S. Billboard 200, matching the record for the highest charting album by a South Korean solo artist. As a highly sought-after brand ambassador for Valentino and the NBA, his effortlessly cool, understated magnetism transcends the traditional pop sphere, appealing to high fashion and global sports culture alike. But his truest power lies in his unmatched pen game and production genius, boasting over 160 registered songs with the Korea Music Copyright Association. Did you know that his monumental 2023 Suga August D tour completely rewrote the record books, grossing over $57 million across 28 sold-out shows, making it the highest-grossing tour by a South Korean soloist in history? Even more incredibly, he became the very first rapper ever to earn over $3 million in a single arena concert in the United States, a feat that left Western music executives and hip-hop purists absolutely stunned. Beyond his own discography, his Midas touch as a producer has created chart-topping, award-winning masterpieces for industry legends like IU, Psy, and Halsey, proving his versatile dominance across completely different musical genres. What makes Yoongi absolutely irreplaceable to BTS is his quiet, unwavering reliability and his role of the group's fiercely protective pillar of truth. Behind his sometimes stoic exterior is a deeply empathetic soul who acts as the ultimate safe harbor when the noise of the industry becomes too deafening. During the emotionally grueling periods of the band's career, particularly when they debated disbanding in early 2018 under the unbearable weight of newfound global fame, it was often Yoongi's blunt, grounding wisdom that helped tether the group to reality. He handles the isolating nature of his pedestal by bleeding his rawest emotions into tracks like The Last and Amygdala, sacrificing his own privacy to tell ARMY that struggling with mental health is a universally human experience, not a weakness. Whenever the pressure mounts, Yoongi fiercely defends the unbreakable bond between BTS and ARMY, frequently stating that he doesn't want fans to ever feel burdened by the group's success because the fans are the very reason they exist. We saw this profound connection during his solo tour, where thousands of armies passionately chanted the lyrics to his most painful songs, validating his scars and creating a massive, collective healing space in every single arena. Watching Yoongi's evolution from an underground rapper in Daegu who once struggled to afford a bus ticket after buying a bowl of noodles into an internationally revered musical genius and cultural icon is a breathtaking story of perseverance. He proved to the world that true strength in this punishing industry isn't about pretending the pressure doesn't exist. It is about looking it dead in the eye and rapping right through it. But as we reach our top two, the nature of pressure shifts from personal endurance to carrying the structural weight of the entire world on one's shoulders. Coming up next is a visionary mind who has spoken for a generation on the most intimidating stages the world has to offer. Number 2. RM, the philosophical leader who carried the weight of a generation on global podiums. Coming in at number 2 is the monumental intellect, profound lyricist, and irreplaceable captain of BTS, Kim Namjoon. When discussing industry pressure, there is arguably no single figure in modern pop music who has carried a heavier, more complex mantle than RM. As the leader of a cultural phenomenon that crossed linguistic and geopolitical boundaries, Namjoon was tasked not just with navigating music industry politics, but with becoming a diplomatic spokesperson for South Korea, an advocate for global youth, and the primary bridge between Eastern and Western media. He handles the staggering, historic pressure with deep philosophical reflection, an extraordinary capacity for empathy, and a calm, articulate gravitas that commands instant respect in any room he enters. His artistic and cultural stature reaches far beyond the boundaries of standard musical stardom. As a solo artist, his critically acclaimed projects Indigo and Right Place, Wrong Person cemented his reputation as an avant-garde sonic curator who seamlessly bridges the worlds of high art, literature, and boundary-pushing hip-hop. His refined cultural presence caught the attention of global luxury house Bottega Veneta, who chose him as their very first brand ambassador. But his intellectual influence is equally celebrated in the fine art community, where he is recognized as a major patron, loaning pieces from his private collection to major national exhibitions and donating hundreds of millions of won to cultural heritage preservation. Did you know that at just 24 years old, RM stepped up to the United Nations General Assembly in New York to deliver the historic Speak Yourself speech on behalf of UNICEF, articulating a message of self-acceptance so powerful that it was quoted in educational curriculums across the globe? That iconic moment stunned diplomats, international journalists, and non-fans alike, demonstrating a level of statesmanship virtually unheard of for a young music artist. Another unforgettable milestone arrived when he led BTS to the White House to meet with President Joe Biden to discuss Asian inclusion and anti-Asian hate crimes, handling high-level political scrutiny with flawless poise. Add in his certified IQ of 148 and the fact that he essentially taught himself fluent English by watching the sitcom Friends, and you have an intellectual powerhouse who completely redefines what a musical leader can be. What makes Namjoon truly irreplaceable to BTS is his selfless leadership and his willingness to absorb the collective anxiety of the group so his brothers can shine freely. During their explosive initial breakout into the American market in 2017, Namjoon faced a relentless barrage of live television interviews on major networks, single-handedly translating complex questions in real time while ensuring every single member felt included and protected. It was an exhausting, high-wire mental marathon, yet he handled it with continuous humor and warmth. During the unforgettable final stop of the Love Yourself, Speak Yourself tour at the Olympic Stadium in Seoul, Namjoon stood before a sea of purple lights created by ARMY and delivered a breathtaking, tear-streaked speech, confessing that while he might never completely love himself, the love and support of ARMY had given him the map to keep trying every single day. That moment of raw authenticity proved that his leadership isn't about projecting an illusion of invincibility. It is about walking alongside his fans through the shared messiness of life. Looking back at the determined, underground teenager known as Runch Randa and the fierce rookie known as Rat Monster in 2013, Namjoon's evolution into the thoughtful, globally revered philosopher-statesman we know today is nothing short of majestic. He took the suffocating weight of leading the biggest band in the world and transformed it into a legacy of wisdom, art, and timeless music. And now, the moment you have all been waiting for has finally arrived. Who could possibly top this list and claim our #1 spot? Coming up next is the hidden rock of the group, whose deceptively lighthearted aura masks the most unbreakable mental fortitude in the entire industry. #1. Jin, the resilient pillar of light who defeated industry pressure with unmatched emotional grace. Taking the coveted #1 spot as the ultimate master of handling industry pressure is BTS's eldest member, resident visual powerhouse, and vocal virtuoso Kim Sak-jin. While many artists survive the crushing demands of global superstardom by building impenetrable walls or succumbing to intense anxiety, Jin chose a radically brilliant path. He conquered the high-stakes music industry by weaponizing warmth, humor, and an unbreakable inner peace. Jin is the true masterclass in emotional resilience. By adopting his iconic, worldwide handsome persona and leaning into lighthearted wit, he strategically diffused the suffocating seriousness of international press junkets, turning potentially intimidating media interrogations into joyful, relaxed conversations where every single member could breathe easily. His global appeal and staggering individual achievements prove that his gentle charm is backed by undeniable star power. As a solo powerhouse, his celestial single, The Astronaut, co-written with legendary British rock band Coldplay, became a monumental global success, demonstrating his soaring, silver-tone vocal range and deep emotional resonance. His debut solo album, Happy, radiated pure, uplifting rock and pop energy, dominating global music charts and earning rave reviews from top critics. The luxury, fashion, and lifestyle world quickly recognized his unmatched magnetism, securing him as a prestigious global ambassador for high-end luxury houses like Gucci and Fred Jewelry, as well as mainstream power brands like Laneige and Otogi's Jin Ramen, which saw international sales skyrocket to historic highs. Did you know that in July 2024, Jin made worldwide headlines by being chosen as a torchbearer representing South Korea for the 2024 Paris Summer Olympics? Carrying the Olympic flame through the streets of Paris near the iconic Louvre Museum on Bastille Day, he was met with thunderous roars from international crowds and massive global media coverage, a rare and prestigious milestone that non-fans and world leaders viewed as a testament to his transcendent cultural impact. Another awe-inspiring achievement was his historic distinction as the first BTS member to enlist in mandatory military service. Facing unprecedented media speculation, political debates, and public scrutiny, Jin stepped forward with zero complaints, serving with exemplary discipline as a top-ranked assistant drill instructor and earning the Elite Warrior title before completing his duty with absolute honor. Furthermore, who could forget his legendary stadium solo performances of Epiphany, where his flawless live belt while playing the grand piano brought entire stadiums of 60,000 people to complete awe-inspired silence before erupting into standing ovations. What makes Seokjin completely irreplaceable to the survival and triumph of BTS is his emotional maturity and his selfless decision to dismantle traditional Korean age hierarchy within the group. In an industry and culture that strictly emphasizes seniority, Jin deliberately set his ego aside from day one, stepping back to let Namjoon lead with full authority while acting as the protective older brother who cooked for the younger members, drove them to school, and absorbed their silent stress. A defining moment occurred during the Love Yourself Stadium tour when the grueling physical demands were pushing everyone to the brink. Jin would deliberately crack his famous dad jokes and unleash his infectious windshield wiper laugh just to lift the collective spirit of the room. He understands that pressure is only as heavy as you allow it to be. Whenever the world felt too demanding, Jin turned directly to ARMY, creating iconic moments like pulling handmade paper hearts out of his pockets, shoes, and mic packs during massive stadium concerts, reminding millions that joy is a conscious, rebellious choice against darkness. From the aspiring young actor scouted purely for his striking visuals on a public bus in 2011, to the universally revered, emotionally grounded global titan standing proudly at the summit of the industry today, Jin's growth is nothing short of legendary. He has shown the entire world that true mental strength isn't about looking stern or pretending you are invincible. It is about choosing kindness, bringing laughter to those around you, and staying grounded in what truly matters.